I would have put it past her.
Hey, whose side are you on anyways?
Oh yeah. Dad, these days must be exhausting. Don't worry yourself anymore. Tonight we'll bring you dinner in your bedroom.
Oh, don't mind if I do. A part of me was kind of terrified, but it does sound wonderful to just be able to take a load off.
Talks with his mom's in the kitchen.
Well, Dad's off sewing logs. I guess I'm kind of on a weird schedule as well, and I think that I'm gonna take a nap before dinner. Okay?
Oh, that sounds fine, honey. I'll just call you when dinner's ready.
Melissa proceeds to crash on the couch and wakes up during an opportune moment of the song. Song, This Day Up to Me.
I can't believe how wonderful it feels. Find my dreams are finally real. In spite of the sadness right here in the world, I just can't sit here and crazily old. This day's up to me. I will decide who to be. No longer will I let them mold me. It's my time to be super bold and make my mark on society by doing exactly as I please.
Kids, so sick and tired of playing the fool. Simply as long as you look really cool, you cannot help but to shuffle ahead, stumbling along like the walking dead. Ah, the day's up to me. I will decide who to be. No longer will I let them mold me. It's my time to be super bold and make my mark on society by doing exactly as I please. Just concerned that you're wasting your time by playing these games which border on mine.
None of this is concern to you, so please hold your tongue and do not say boo. This day's up to me. I will decide who to be. No longer will I let them mold me.
It's my time to be
Super bold and make my mark on society by doing exactly as I please. I want to eat candy and pizza for every meal. Do this all day as I really feel. And stream all the shows that the time will allot. The candle at both ends can serve no wants. It's up to me. I will decide who to be. No longer will I let them mold me.
It's my time to be super bold
And make my mark on society by doing exactly as I please.
The blackout shift to a few days later. Scene 10, family life. Melissa and Jason assumed the position of holding the Nintendo controller and getting unhealthy snacks and sitting in front of the TV.
Why don't you kids take this quarantine to rest up and catch up on your sleep?
Tessa's taken right in front of the television and her kids are
Blocking
in
the
front of
screen.
That sounds like a super boring idea. Have you ever heard the Latin phrase carpe diem?
No.
I didn't think so. So, in school we learned that carpe diem means to seize the day. So in other words, why slump into bed when this is a perfect opportunity to just eat junk food, talk with friends, and stay up extremely late? Mom!
What? Huh? What?
Well, you don't have to sound so defensive. I actually think that you'll like to hear what I'm going to say.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for class we have to do a big presentation on a historical period. I mean, it's all going to be presented on the computer, but I want mine to be really memorable.
Memorable, right.
Yes, memorable. And I want to add sound effects. I have composed some catchy tunes, and of course some interpretive dance moves all ready to go.
Ooh, wow. This sounds super elaborate. Are you sure that you can present something like that? About the Civil War or even World War II? You could do swing dances and they could play In the Mood in the background, right?
Ew, World War II? Really? So, are you going to help me or not?
What? I mean, I didn't even know you were asking. Of course I'll help you. I still think you should create a presentation on World War II. Like, get a poster board and call it a day.
That's such a mom thing to say.
Indicate that it's the next day with an alarm clock going off and Melissa's logging in on her computer.
Okay, class, first of all, welcome. Almost everyone's here, and so that is good. As you all know, today is presentation day. I know many of you are just anxious to get it over with, so please raise your virtual hand if you would like to go first.
Melissa's raised her virtual hand and in her frame is practically doing jumping jacks, indicating she would like to go.
Okay, Melissa, would you like to go?
Yes, I would. Thanks for asking. I thought I might have to start doing cartwheels to get noticed. So, anyways.
So what historical period will you be presenting on today?
Well, the period that I will be presenting isn't exactly considered to be history just yet. I'll tell you what. Let me leave it to be a surprise, and I think you'll catch on before you know it.
Okay, if that's what you want. But Melissa, this was supposed to be a period in American history, but please go ahead.
Time spent in quarantine is called the quarantine. The question must come right out. Was quarantine divine and considered in its prime? Now gather around you, ladies and gents, and join in the analysis of time we cannot forget. My name's Melissa Smith. I specialize in dance. I'll sing a song or two for you and put you in a trance. This presentation will take you on a journey where you will relive. Well, I don't know if you really want to relive the quarantine. So sorry about that. I mean, it's not like we've crossed the finish line just yet, and it's not like they're going to have reenactments of the emergence of each new strain. Passing time in the time was simple at first. Passing time in the time was something you needn't rehearse. There was lots of cheer and good times were here. Passing time in the time started out as mere fun. The quarantine was a major threat to the way of life, therefore made wet. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't mild. In fact, it led to times that were pretty wild. I like to refer to the first phase as the novelty or excitement phase. It's this period when adults view the quarantine as a time in which to catch up, while kids controversially saw it as serving free-for-all characteristics. Quarantine, quarantine, quarantine. With all that happiness, it seems like it was impossible for things to go wrong. But let me introduce you to my friend named Karma. Oh, what's that you say? Oh, you say you're angry? Well, what can I say? Karma must have not been feeling well that day. Now, to stage 2 of the quarantine timeline, where the period of boredom is incredibly evident. Passing time in the time was becoming the worst. Passing time in the time was like a pimple that had to be burst. Life was full of crap, like a good firm slap. I can speak for us all. It was losing its appeal. It started to feel we'd revert to mere fools. And time after time when we simply just sat, grocery runs were the only excuse to hang out in public and be unloose. Came no good. Oh, how I miss the days of old. You'll never know. I can muster up the strength to bake a cake. Depression takes its toll, thus causing me to big time lose control of future hopes and dreams. But what's a girl to do? Just sit and wait for fate to intervene. Now, we're on to stage 3, which I call pretend. For a kid, this is when all teachers pretended that they would run a classroom entirely online. I sort of compare this phenomena to playing house or restaurant. In theory, it works. However, in actuality, it's just a huge distractor without the proper knowledge and preparation. Oh well, everyone did the best that they could do. So, as you can see, quarantine, quarantine, quarantine. Passing time in the time was becoming real bad. Passing time in the up to current day, stage 4.
The teacher interrupts this elaborate
Wow.
production.
I must say that you were theatrical, but I'm afraid that you really did not follow the rubric at all.
Miss Anderson, I wasn't finished.
Well, Melissa, you are way over time, but can you make it quick?
Oh, absolutely. It's just that I had a dramatic finish planned. Quarantine